few months ago, iGarden, they sent us their new K-Series robotic pool cleaner for us to review. And rather than testing it out ourselves for a few days, we wanted to see how it would perform for an extended period in an actual customer's pool. So you installed the cleaner, you monitor it for performance for several months, you gathered feedback from your customer and the
Hmm.
homeowner who lived with it every day. And today we're going to talk about what you found.
Yeah.
Before we dive into the product itself, can you tell us a little bit about the customer installation? What kind of pool was it tested in? And why was this pool a good candidate for a real world evaluation?
So I chose this particular pool for a variety of reasons. One, I knew the customer would give me honest feedback. I knew she would do everything she wanted out of a cleaner with it and give an honest review. Then, on top of it, the pool had a variety of foliage in the yard. They had small leaves, big leaves, pine trees. So it was a variety of debris I wanted to be able to know if it could pick up. What also ended up working in our favor for this was the pool was down for a couple days because of a control issue. So it was a little extra dirty, not green, just a little extra dirty. So that allowed me to see all the different types of debris we have in a pool. This was a free-form pool, so it didn't have perfect straight edges, which I find when seeing if a cleaner is a great candidate, I like it to have that variety. Modern geometrical pools are great too, but they have less curves, in my opinion, than a freeform pool does.
I really like these kind of product tests because they're a true trial by fire. You take a look at a product demonstration at a trade show or the manufacturer's presentation, you don't really get the full gist.
No,
This cleaner lived in somebody's backyard for months. So, how important do you think that distinction is when you're reading a review and you're evaluating pool equipment?
I think that's a major factor. Like you said, when we go to the shows, they have the little mini pool that they create for their booth. And yeah, you can watch it go across, but I feel like that's kind of prepped. It's not as authentic as putting it into somebody's pool in an everyday yard where you have, squirrels and dogs and wind and rain and all these variety of things going on. Also, when we build pools, specifically gunite pools, the curvatures are all going to be different because of just the way we set things when we're building it. This pool in particular, she had told me that when she built her pool 25 years ago, they hit a natural spring that was flowing through their yard, and it was very difficult building the pool. So that also contributed to the way the pool was smoothed out. The radiuses were done.
Yeah, you gave it a real world condition, real challenges,
Yep.
curves, a real gunite pool. So let's start at the beginning. What are your first impressions when you get your hands on the K series?
So I thought it had a very sleek look. To be honest, me and her joked around, and maybe because I had just taken the kids to Disneyland, I said it looked like Lightning McQueen because it was very sleek looking. We had the reds and the blacks in it. It has a great look to it, very modern. It wasn't too bulky, which I did like about it. However, while we were watching it zoom around, it does have a wide wheelbase, which kind of makes it hard for some steps. It will go up on some steps and it won't go up on some steps. But I really liked that it came with, for the canister, it came with a fine mesh filter that you put onto the canister so it could get the debris such as dog hair or dirt. So that was really nice about it. I thought that when it came to the charger, because this is a wireless robotic, it was very durable where we could plug it into. And the customer, she had another robot that her son had bought her, and you had to put it onto a base like most of our robotics in order to get charged. She liked on this one, you could just plug it anywhere. You didn't have to put it on a base and you charged it. It charged within 3 hours. She really liked that aspect of it.
Well, let me ask you, after several months of her using this, what stood out most to your customer about its cleaning performance compared to the other robotic cleaners that she's tried?
It definitely was interesting to watch that initial time when it was kind of scanning the pool and feeling it out of where everything was. This one, like I had mentioned, when it came to the steps, because it was such a wider wheelbase, it didn't get all of them. And it would tip because the step was about, I would say, half the size of the cleaner. Now, obviously, in this particular issue may not be an issue in other pools, depending on the width of the steps. You know, some people, these ones were probably only about a 10-inch step. If you had like a 12-inch step, just that 2 inches, I think would have helped a lot in order for the cleaner to stabilize and clean the top of the steps.
So it was anticipating climbing a larger area.
Yeah, there were two settings. There was where you just have it on the floor, and then the other setting was where you can have it on the floor and the walls. And it did go up the walls, and it would go all the way up to the tile line. So I really liked that about it. She liked that compared to previous cleaners she's had, such as the Polaris 280, that, you know, that's like what we put in everything. She's had those, and she didn't like that it didn't go up on the walls. So that was a feature she really did like.
Well, did the cleaner perform particularly well in any areas that surprised you?
I'm always surprised when cleaners go up walls and onto steps. You know, that's always the biggest challenge, to get these to do that. It went up onto the tanning ledge, and that was surprising to me. Me personally, watching it, I thought the cleaner did really well. I found that it cleaned the pool fairly quickly, which was really nice. So then if you have a party, you can just toss that in there, and you know within an hour that pool's going to be ready to go. It does go up and clean the tile line, so that was really nice too. If you haven't brushed your tile in a while and you maybe have some leaves along there. So those were some other perks of the cleaner. The cleaner actually worked. She said compared to the other cleaner, the hook on that one was horrible, and they had trouble getting it out of the pool. When with the K robot, we were able to get it out very easily with the hook they provided.
Well, let me ask you a simple buying question. If a homeowner is sitting on Amazon and they're evaluating two similarly priced robotic cleaners, what's the one feature on the K series that you think makes them say, all right, this is why I choose this one?
Easy to program. It was pretty easy to program. I think that thing took maybe 5 minutes tops to program completely.
Do you think homeowners are becoming more educated shoppers when it comes to picking out a robotic cleaner, or are they still relying heavily on the Pool Pro's recommendation here? I mean,
oh, they're definitely, it's a mixture of what does my Pool Pro suggest that I get? And then the reviews, like let's say they go online, like Amazon, for example, or whatever website, they're looking at those reviews. So they're looking at both the pool professional and the reviews. So those are really crucial. I could see this being a cleaner that I would recommend to people, and I don't recommend just any cleaner.